Yo, what's going on? Chavo Guerrero Jr. here, giving a big shout out to Wrestling Rehab. Keep watching, keep listening, and viva la raza.
Órale. Órale, Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shout outs to all the junkies out there. And man, oh man, oh man. What a party it was, man. Let me go ahead and bring in my tag team partner from the LA Times, one Mr. Pablo.
Yay, yay.
Pablo,
What's happening?
man, dog, SummerSlam.
Yes, sir.
It delivered. It definitely delivered, man. What's up, Mr. Benny Richard? What's going on, big dog? 405 Fool, what's going on? What's going on? It delivered, Pablo. I was entertained all the way through and through, big dog.
Yeah, all the angles and all that, setting up the road that leads to WrestleMania. They definitely changed a lot of the track we've been riding on, and that's a good thing. We needed some freshening up, huh?
Yes. So let's recap it a little bit, and not in any particular order, but I guess we'll go with the matches that didn't mean as much, and then go down the line to the really meaningful matches.
For sure.
Yeah, match that. What was the least important match to you, Pablo? We'll start with that one.
At least in my opinion, just to me, was Sami Zayn match.
Okay, I still would agree because there was only what 7 matches.
Yeah, man, and that's the one I was least looking forward to. But I love Braun Breaker, man. He's great, but just the whole thing didn't have me going, bro. This is a third go around. We all knew 100% that Braun was going to win, or else why would they have it a third time, you know? And yeah, that was the one, man. I'm not to say it wasn't a good match. It was just no excitement. There's so many other things that they could have been there. They could have put the women's tag team titles up, you know, with Bianca Belair and all them. That would have been better
come
there.
on, Pablo. Come on, man.
Definitely.
Are you kidding me? Stop it, dog. That would have been terrible.
Hey, what happened to DEI, bro? They're supposed to have some color, bro.
Ah.
Where were the brothers at, man? You know, tonight.
Hey, Braun Breaker has a nice tan.
There you go.
He's got a nice tan. But no, I agree, Pablo. The match wasn't that long. It was short. It was good. And that's the right move. Braun Breaker being the Intercontinental Champion, I think he should have a nice long run with it. And I think he should be a great Intercontinental Champion.
Yeah, man. He definitely is somebody who deserves that belt.
Yeah, definitely, man. Pablo, so not too much to break down there, but Pablo, Bailey versus Nia Jax, Queen Jax, man. What did you make of this match?
You know, me and you have both been saying for a while that Nia Jax deserves it. Was she going to get it, though? Because all the heat. And we were reminded on a couple of different podcasts that cover wrestling that The Rock is on the board now, right? And
Right.
that is The Rock's cousin. So, man, dude, they brought her back, you know, and man, I think she's had a good run. The match was okay. It was okay. And I'm glad she got the belt. She deserves the belt. Man, she's been wrecking people. She wrecked Becky. She wrecked a lot of people. So, man, it's pretty good. I don't think she'll have a long run, but I'm glad to see a change. And but Bailey, man, she's one of my favorites. So, bye-bye, Bailey.
Wait, are you saying she became champion because of nepotism?
Could be. It could be a lot of people. No, a lot of people are saying that since The Rock took over, The Rock's cousin, that she has come up, you know, with Triple H. So put it this way: The Rock's coming in, right, and all of a sudden his grandma's getting inducted into the Hall of Fame. The Rock's coming in, all of a sudden he gets the People's Champ from one of the people who's supposed to be inducted. You know what I mean? it's like a lot of things. But hey, he got that power. But I'm not just saying I thought it, but people out in the WWE universe talking heads were saying it before I did.
Okay, all right. Now it sucks for her because I want her to get the credit because I think she has been building herself up pretty damn good since she's been.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Besides The Rock, even if
Right.
that's true or not, she deserves it regardless of The Rock.
Yeah, and I was growing kind of stale with Bailey already. I was like, okay,
Right.
this isn't going anywhere. There's no good storylines with Bailey, and I don't even really care that she's champion. Nia Jax being champion, Queen Jax. I would like her to go on a full long run, Pablo. I would like her to go on a long run, man. Go a year.
Yeah,
Go a
man.
year.
I see her. I see her, man, as a transitional champion, kind of like Damien. I see her about 90 to 120 days, man. There's too much talent there, bro. You got Bianca Belair, you got Charlotte Flair. Man, there's so many people up there, bro. So let's see what happens, man. I agree with you, but I don't see it happening, man. I don't know.
Okay, you know what? Go all the way to WrestleMania.
That would be great. I would think that would be dope.
Yeah. I mean, she's a dominant force, man. I like Nia Jax. So
Hey, imagine Nia joining the bloodline. That would be crazy, bro.
nah, that'd be pretty good, man. But no, I like Nia. I think that was a good move. Do we see a rematch, Pablo, between her and Bailey?
I hope not. I think it's time to move on to something fresh. You know,
Okay. So
just not one of these. Yeah, I think it's gonna turn to her and Tiffy time. I think it's gonna go with them for a while, and I think Tiffany might go and lose, and it would be nice to see Tiff get it at Mania. But also with so many people out and maybe coming back, it's a possibility that may not happen.
Okay. Pablo, I know we're just we're just getting these two out of the way. We're not really breaking down too much on them. Was there any other match that was kind of like low on the totem pole for you?
Low on the totem pole. Well, watching it.
Yeah.
You know what? I'm gonna be honest with you, man. I wasn't too excited about LA Knight. You know, the LA Knight match. No. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. But going into it, you know, I was like, oh man, you know, I was just kind of like complaining, but that ended up being probably the best match of the night. You know, anytime you have Logan Paul there, you know it has an opportunity to be the best match. But man, LA Knight just showed that he could go. Logan Paul showed that he could go, man. What a match. Ended up being, I think, the best match of the night, man.
Let's talk about that one, man, because I texted you after that match was over, and I said, Knight and Paul just put on a SummerSlam classic.
Yeah.
I think that match is one of the greatest matches. Again, not the greatest match, just one of the greatest matches in all of SummerSlam history. When you take into consideration that there's really no weird stipulations, it's not like a no holds bar, it's not anything like that. This is not Brock Lesnar getting a tractor and picking up the ring or anything of that sort. When you just talk about just a straight up match, I thought these two guys, man, went in there and put on a SummerSlam classic that should be remembered in SummerSlam history, man, because I texted you afterwards, Pablo, and I was just like, wow, these guys blew me away, man, on how great that match was.
Yes, bro. I agree, man. You know, and at the end of the match, how could you be mad? I wanted Logan Paul, but how could you be mad? You cannot be mad. It's Richard put Paul attacking grandma. No, hey, grandma's she deserves it, man. She held down her and her husband. They held down that territory in Hawaii or in the islands, man, and she deserves to be there. It's just funny when you lined it up in The Rock at the same time coming back, and all of a sudden all this happens. They should have waited a year, bro.
Okay.
Yeah.
But so Pablo, now LA Knight as United States champion, does he have a long run? Who does he feud with next? Is Logan Paul gone? He's a little bit okay. So rumor has it that he's a little bit in some hot water because he stated what he believes of what's going on in the Olympics and the boxing tournament. He and his brother were involved in boxing, where his brother still is, and his brother came out and wants homegirl that lost to one of those transgender, whatever it may be.
Yeah.
He actually reached out to her and said, like, hey, listen, I'll put you in one of my undercards and give you a fair shot. So Logan Paul stated what he believes, what's going on over there, and how he feels. Some people say that he was actually being reprimanded, and that's why they took the strap off of him. Yeah. Anything there, Pablo, or do you think it was time to take the strap off of him and put on LA Knight?
Yeah, I don't think there's anything to that, man. I really don't. I think it was just time, and I think LA Knight deserved it, man. He's been a workhorse. He's been exciting arenas. Yeah, he's been doing it, bro. And what could you say, man? There's no evidence that it was because of that. If it was, well, LA Knight deserved it anyway. And the funny thing is that his foot was under the ropes. Are they going to make that a controversy? Or are we going to see Paul step out for a little bit? But I think it's definitely not over.
Does Paul step out for a little bit? I mean, he's somewhat of a part-timer. Does he go away for a little bit?
I don't know. That's what I'm saying. If he has a boxing match coming up, or we don't know all the reasons, why he lost. He didn't just lose to lose. And I know he's banged up. I know he got a little bit hurt. He's not out of commission, but he's hurt. So, well, let's see what happens, man.
Okay, myself personally, look. One thing that I want in wrestling is for it to remain 100% wrestling.
Yeah.
I don't want to hear about people's beliefs. Mm-hmm. I don't want to hear about any politics. I don't want to hear about any. Even if I 100% truly agree with what is being said, I do not want it to be in wrestling. Let wrestling just be 100% wrestling. You know what I mean?
I get what you're saying. And that's what sometimes when I watch CM Punk over in AEW, he had a lot more freedom to say what he wanted to say. Mm-hmm. And he did a lot of political beliefs, a lot of them that I don't agree with. So, and it gives you a little bit of an eye where you're like looking at him more critically than you would. You know what I mean? And
right.
You just want to go in, enjoy. Like if you go to a Dodger game, you want a Dodger game, bro. You don't want nuns running around in makeup. You know what I mean? Like you just want a Dodger game, bro. Right?
Look, okay, what I'm saying is, even if I do agree, even if I 100% agree,
exactly.
I still don't want it in wrestling, man. Let wrestling be the scapegoat from everything that's going on around the world. Let it be just a therapeutic, even if it's religion, just let it just let wrestling just be wrestling, man. Let it be therapeutic from anything. And I was at WrestleMania 39, Pablo, and man, when people say, hey, the world needs to come together, I saw the world come together, Pablo. It was at SoFi Stadium at WrestleMania 39, Holmes. There was people from all over the world. Nobody representing this side, that side, this belief, that belief, this God, that God. None of that, man. It's everybody there. You and I may be rooting for the different person, and then the next match, we may be rooting for the exact same person. It was the world coming together, and that is what wrestling does, man. Leave all this stuff out. So while maybe I do agree with Logan Paul, if I were Triple H, I'd be like, hey, listen, man, I understand your thoughts and your beliefs and all that, man. Leave that to your brother. Okay, because
I think
you're over here in the WWE, and maybe I do agree with you, but let's just keep it wrestling.
Yeah, I think Logan Paul though may be in a different boat because
I agree.
He is prime. He is a part-time boxer, part-time wrestler. I know the other wrestlers, they are under contract to what they say. I know that everything they put on social media is supposed to be screened or approved, So yeah, man, he might be in that one different boat that he could do what he wants, man. I hear you though. I agree with you though. It's nice. It is an escape, and I just want to go there and man, just have fun, bro. There's enough.
Right.
There's enough going on in the world, bro. Enough hate and everywhere else. This is my escape, and it is your escape, and many people.
I completely agree with that. Pablo, my man, we have a new champion. El Campeón is no more. And nobody really ever talked about Damian Priest being turned on. Now, we did talk about, hey, maybe he might not be Judgment Day anymore.
Right.
But the backstabbing that we were talking about was in another match that we'll get to. But no, we didn't really talk too much about Damian Priest getting backstabbed. What was your thoughts with Gunther El Campeón, former El Campeón, and shoot, his name just escaped me.
Damian Priest?
No, not Damian Priest. Finn Balor.
Oh man, that was a trip. But you know, when you look at Gunther, man, he had the IC title for longer than anyone. Man, the guy gained a lot of fans. People know that he's going to come in, he's going to give an honest effort, work hard, and then he likes to handle things alone. He likes to come down alone. He's not really like the bloodline, like when Roman would always have everybody jumping in. He likes to win flat. He likes to, you know, even if he cheats, he wants to win, you know, like 1, 2, 3 without anybody else. He has had help, but, you know, it was interesting for him to win. I could see why they have him winning because we have a lot of overseas pay-per-views coming up, or people. What do they call them now? Pay-per-views. What do they call them?
PLDs.
Yeah. So we have a lot of those coming up overseas. I can see why they did it, and I think Gunther will probably hold it till Mania. And as far as the betrayal, I was like, man, it was a trip. We didn't really talk about him, but we knew something was brewing. And it's going to be interesting. So it looks like they're going to have a whole new Judgment Day without Damian Priest, without Rhea Ripley. It's going to be interesting. Raw tonight, man. They're going to get big numbers tonight, I bet. And yeah, go ahead.
All right. There's a rumor that JD McDonough is out of the Judgment Day. I mean, does that just destroy Judgment Day completely? Is Judgment Day no more?
Well, I think because he had some of the faces on his shirt that weren't there. Some of the faces on his shirt are no longer Judgment Day. I would like them still to remain a faction. I mean, that would be kind of cool to see, you know, them with Liv in the back and, you know, a whole new thing, and see if they bring in someone else, man. That would be a trip.
Okay. Yeah, I wanted Damian Priest to have a little bit of a longer run, but it was inevitable. They've been building Gunther up for a while.
Has Gunther grown on you, or is he still in your hated box?
I just don't think he's that good, Paul.
Yeah, you don't think he's
good? I just don't think he's that good, you know. But then again, you know, it's not like Damian Priest is great either. I was just rooting for Damian Priest to become great and get over. Let's not forget, man, he was Mr. Money in the Bank.
Yeah.
That's how he became champion. He cashed in. But yeah, it was time for him to be out of the Judgment Day. Judgment Day is a heel faction, and he, along with Mommy, have become baby faces.
Yeah, do you think okay, speaking not to go ahead of ourselves, but Arn Anderson, right?
Yeah.
Back in the day, the Four Horsemen and everything, man, Arn Anderson was kind of like someone who went out there, grit, blood, sweat, tears. He won matches. Do you think Gunther, it seems like they're pushing him as that kind of guy? Would you agree? And is that it's not the most exciting to watch, but do you think that's where he's getting his respect from the back, or what do you think? Why are they pushing Gunther?
Yeah, look, it could be he needs to start implementing the spine buster. You know what I mean? The Arn Anderson spine buster. Yeah, look, I mean, there's definitely room for him. He's over. It's just, to me, when I watch him, I'm like, okay. Now, I do like that he's he's still doing the chops to the chest. He's just not doing it as much.
Yeah.
So I'm like, okay, that's cool because that's all he was doing, and I'm like, all right, this sucks.
Yeah. But he needs to cut out the frog splash, bro. Right?
Yeah,
Right?
yeah, I'm with you. Pablo, let's move on, man. Let's move on to Seth freaking Rollins as refereeing the match between CM Punk and Drew McIntyre. How say one, Mr. Pablo?
It's exactly what we said, bro.
Yeah.
Exactly what we said. This match was too obvious. We both said that Drew's gonna win, and basically that it's gonna be a feud between these two. The only question was is why did Drew take the bracelet at the end? I guess it's not over with him either. So I guess Punk's gonna be fighting two guys down the road. And but it's pretty much what we said. It was a good match. It had a lot of little angles, and it was cool, man. It wasn't the greatest, but it was good.
Richard, yeah, he went over to AEW and he's working over there, Arn Anderson. Yeah, you know what? That's what I was thinking, Pablo. I'm like, okay, perfect. This is the way to get CM Punk away from Drew McIntyre, and he could start the feud with Seth Rollins. But why did Drew McIntyre take it though? Why would that? Now it's like, okay, now this is gonna keep on lingering on. Like, I don't know, man. I liked the match. I thought the match was really fun to watch. As somebody who doesn't like CM Punk, and I'll be honest, I don't. I think he's extremely overrated. People really love him. But it was a good match. I was entertained all the way through. I like Seth Rollins as the referee. I thought he did a good job. And I was entertained, man, all the way through and through. But yeah, it went the way I thought it was supposed to go. That's the only thing that kind of rubbed me the wrong way. Like, okay, Drew still takes the bracelet. Like, for what? I thought this was gonna be fun.
Yeah, this is the match that everybody knew was going to happen, and then CM Punk would end up, facing off with Seth, and the other one was the Braun Breaker match. Those were the two matches that were obvious, But this match went how it went, and it'll be interesting to see. I was hoping that a new rivalries would happen out of this, so we'll see what happens.
Yeah, for sure, man. So yeah, we'll definitely see what happens. Obviously, these have put Seth Rollins in the ring with CM Punk.
Yep.
And we'll see what happens with Drew McIntyre and that. But Pablo, man, let's move on, man, with let's go with the bloodline, Holmes, because I think the other story's a little more sexier, man.
The real main event.
yeah, because you know what? Look, okay, the match itself between Cody Rhodes and the fake tribal chief and Solo Sikoa. The match was okay, but I'm just sitting there the entire time like, come on. And I thought The Rock was gonna come out, Pablo.
Right.
Now before Roman Reigns, what did you think about the match itself, the way it was going? It was bloodline rules.
Low level, okay. To be honest with you. I thought it was like it's probably as good as Bailey and Nia, It wasn't nothing great. If there was a score, I'd probably give it like a 4 or 5. It was okay, it kept you there only because you're waiting because the bloodline's coming out, the fake bloodline. They're coming out, and then everybody's coming out, man. It just
Randy Orton and Kevin Owens.
Yeah, that was dumb. Hey, what was funny though? That during the match, Cody and them are getting beat down, and here comes Randy Orton to save the day. He should be running out there to go save them, but he's shaking hands along the way. Did you see that?
Yeah,
that was pretty funny. I'm like, what the heck? You're supposed to be getting to the ring full, Yeah. So, in my opinion, not the best match, but the ending, which we haven't got to yet, who comes out, that made it okay.
Okay. When Roman Reigns came out, Paul, were you expecting anything different? Were you expecting someone else to come out while he was out there? were you like, okay, he's gonna go in there and do the, get at Solo Sikoa? What were you expecting?
Man, I didn't know what to expect. Hoping for The Rock, but yeah, second best, man. We got Roman coming out, man. That was pretty dope. That was pretty dope.
Now, word is that we're probably not going to see him inside of the ring till Survivor Series.
Right.
That's the word on the curb. Now, we may still see him make an appearance here and there, but I'm talking about in-ring action. Do you think that's when we see him against Solo Sikoa, or what's his very next match? There's also a rumor out there that during a live event on Sunday that he became tag team champions with Cody Rhodes.
The Roman did?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah, there's a rumor out there. Somebody saying that that's what happened during a live event. Now, I don't think that's true.
Yeah, that I don't know about that one, man. But yeah, so what was the question?
Well, because so we have an injured. So Jacob Fatu is injured,
Right.
and they just became tag team champions.
Right.
So I mean, there's somebody putting a rumor out there that during a live event, Roman and Cody became tag team champions, which would be terrible, Pablo.
Yeah.
It would be completely horrible. What I'm asking is, what is Roman's next match? Which rumor has it that we're not going to see him in an actual match till Survivor Series.
Yeah, and I would be okay with that as long as he's showing up, man. As long as he's showing up and making appearances, just his presence. And we watch as he builds his team. He starts building. Is it going to be Jey Uso? Is Jey Uso going to go back? Is Jimmy, or other members of, a Haku, or I forgot who, somebody else. There's another brother out there, bro. So we'll see what happens, man. Not another brother that's related to Tamatanga and them. So there's another brother coming, and yeah. So I'm okay with him coming once in a while, man. That's cool. He doesn't have the title. He doesn't have to defend. So, man, that just makes me want to watch it more. Can I share with you something real quick?
Go for it.
This is just people, maybe like us, we speculate sometimes. This is a fact right here that Netflix wants Roman Reigns to come on Monday Night Raw. Okay? Netflix wants him. So if he does move over to Netflix, right? If he does move to Netflix, it's going to put him in line later on down the line to face off with Gunther for the title. So that would be kind of interesting. That's down the line. Right now we're in a feud, but just something to think about long term.
Yeah, by the way, at SummerSlam, they went ahead and they introduced Joe Tessitore.
Right.
Who's going to be coming on commentary for SmackDown. So, and my big question when it came to that was, is Joe Tessitore even a wrestling fan? And he confirmed that he was. So I'm like, okay, cool. So
That's
be
dope.
it, man.
That's dope, man. Yeah. And, it's going to be interesting because I was watching something about him and they were saying that, man, a lot of people come in and they might be announcers somewhere else, man, but it doesn't click in wrestling. Let's hope it does, man, because they're putting a lot of hope in him.
Yeah, I like Joe, man. So, yeah, we'll see what happens with Roman. I don't think we see him this week. But we'll see where the story goes. But I'm with you, man. He doesn't need to be in the ring. He could just be making an appearance here and there and seeing what's up, man. So we'll see what happens, man. Nonetheless, Tribal Chief is back, and I think
Jacob Fatu. Jacob Fatu. If Jacob didn't get hurt, do you think one of the Usos would have to come in, maybe called an audible at last minute?
Maybe. Word was that one of the other brothers was there. He just didn't make the appearance.
Yeah, man. He was there in the audience. I forgot his name. Oh, man. I forgot his name. But then there's Tongatala. He's coming. So, man, there's a lot of them coming, brother.
Getting ready for the Civil War, man.
Yeah.
Pablo, let's get into it, man. Let's get into it. Dirty Dom is living by his name, man. He turns on mommy. I was right and I was wrong. Okay.
You were pretty close, though, bro. You were pretty close.
I was wrong. Now, Pablo, before the match started, I text you and I said that Liv was actually gonna win. Simply, I'm sorry that that it wasn't gonna go down that way simply because it's the first match. I didn't know that was
Right.
gonna be the first match, and I'm like, well, how can they go on the rest of the night with all this going down, right? And they did a pretty good job. They just said like, oh, we can't find them. So I'm like, all right, cool. It goes down that way, with the exception of Liv didn't even seem to know that that's what was going down. Pablo, I
Right.
thought they were both here being cahoots, man. How say one, Mr. Pablo?
Yeah, man, it did seem like that, unless they're just throwing a swerve on us, bro. Man, but the match overall, bro, was a pretty good match. Pretty good match. They Liv, I gotta say, man, she's come into her own. And this is the one thing that I say happened during this whole time of mommy being away. This is when like Liv stepped up, her wrestling stepped up. And if you heard the crowd when they were saying, let's go, mommy, let's go Liv, you know, some of the people were saying Liv, some were saying mommy. Though mommy had way more, Liv still had a lot. And I think a
Mm.
lot of people during mommy's absence turned to Liv's side, bro. So it's going to be interesting when Liv comes out later on. Is she going to be booed just like Dominic? You know, and but the swerve when he kissed her, it did seem like she didn't know. And
Right.
they went back, and Dominic flipping off the crowd, and
Oh, that was
man,
great, Pablo. That was great. As you're walking out before they go back to the tunnel, he's flipping everyone off.
yeah, man, that was
That was
interesting.
great, man. Now, this, you know what, Paul? I think people are actually going to start liking Dom.
You think
What do
so?
you think? Well, I think it's going to grow very slowly, but I think he's probably going to gain a couple of fans from doing this.
Oh, if she
For
did, bro.
being just a dirty bastard.
Oh man. Hey, bro, I was watching some reactions. Right, there's a website they put reactions from wrestling,
Uh-huh.
and so they go through every match, like when Sammy won, when you know when Nia won. The two biggest reactions of the night are when the tribal chief came out and when Dominic did this. You know, so it's a big deal, bro. It's a big deal in the wrestling world, man. This is huge.
Yeah, man. I loved it. I love and man, Dom played it off perfectly. His smirk, everything, kissing Liv, flipping everyone off. But just the way he was smirking, I'm like, yeah, yeah. And then mommy in the ring, just like, wow, man. Pablo, what
Yeah.
happens to this story? Because obviously it doesn't end right here.
Yeah, man. I'm hoping tonight Dominic and Liv come out and try to talk to the crowd. And man, it's going to be interesting, man. There's a lot of stuff going to happen tonight. What's up with the Judgment Day? How's Rhea going to respond, man? Is someone going to come and try to comfort Rhea? Is it going to be Jay? Is it going to be Damien? Are they going to create a little faction? Or you know, there's so many ways this could go, man. I don't know. What do you think?
I would say the best bet is for Rhea to just be on her own. Just be on her own. You don't need to partner up with anybody else. Just let her be on her own. Let all the, scorned women love him. Oh, right now on Monday Night Raw, man, you got Dom and Liv walking together. This is great, Paul.
Woo!
This is great. Oh, man, this
Oh
is the
man.
best. I love this storyline, man. This is badass. Damian Priest, el former El Campeón, walking in, no title around him, and got Braun Breaker tonight, man. Intercontinental champion. A true Intercontinental champion, by the way. And you have Drew McIntyre stepping out of the vehicle with his bracelet, which doesn't make any sense for him to have that bracelet. That story
Yeah.
should have ended. But man, yeah, I mean they're gonna have to fight again. I'm talking about Liv and Mommy. They're gonna have to fight again.
Yeah.
So
Can they make it last till Mania or what's gonna happen, man?
well,
It's gonna be
look,
interesting.
rumor has it that Mommy's injured.
Really.
Yeah, yeah. Rumor has it that Mommy's injured.
I
So
hope
I don't
not.
I don't know if that's kayfabe because in the match, kayfabe, she was hurt.
Right.
So I don't know if she really did get injured or not. But yeah, man. It was fun, man. It was fun all the way around. I was so entertained. I'm loving it. 2026 we'll have we'll have SummerSlam 2 nights. Man, this is one of the best SummerSlams in a minute.
Yeah, I would agree, man. Probably the worst main event of all time. You know, I mean, booking wise, it turned out to be good though. Don't get me wrong. It turned out to be good. And SummerSlam, everything else, though it was a weak main event, everything else made up and made this a pretty fun thing, bro. Every pay-per-view we come and we hope for this and we predict this, bro, this was Triple H just changed everything right now, bro. And it's pretty fun.
Hey, Pablo, you see what OC 1914 said?
No.
That mommy, she is injured. She has a broken heart from Dom.
Oh, no. Oh, no. Oh, no. Poor mommy. Hey, you know what's a trip, bro? Like, if you would see before this, Dominic and mommy, they would always travel together. They got tattoos together. You know what I mean? Real tattoos. Like, all over, you know, they would go all over them too. They would do media tours. And now he can't be seen with her. Now it's Liv. So it's interesting how the wrestling works behind backstage, you know? It's kind of interesting for the public.
Yeah. So right now, Gunther is about to address the crowd as a newly crowned champ. So we'll go ahead, step up out of here. I love this SummerSlam. It was one for the books. And I'll say it again. Logan Paul and LA Knight, they put on a classic. When you talk about a match that has no stipulations, no, false count anywhere or tables match or ladder match, just a simple, just straight up wrestling match. I thought they went ahead and put on a SummerSlam classic that should be talked about forever, man.
Yeah, man. I agree.
All right, Pablo, anything else, bro, before we tap up out of here?
No, I just want to say thanks to Richard Martinez for always tapping in. 404 Fool, SF Benny, loyal fan right there. OC 1914, man, and everybody else watching. We appreciate you guys. Share the channel, hit the like and subscribe, man, and we appreciate it.
That is Pablo from the LA Times, Cholo Trucker Wrestling Rehab. Shouts to all the junkies. Catch you guys on next one.
Take it home and I'll take off. And I'm gonna